Hello, welcome to Sunday Cooking with Nick. Merry Christmas, everybody. It's the 24th, so Christmas Eve is tonight. We have a bunch of guests coming, a small family of three coming for lunch today, and they requested pho. We have cooked pho for them before, and they love it. So when we invite them over for Christmas lunch, hello, so Hydro. They requested pho again. So why not? It's an easy dish to cook. Nothing difficult. If you want to take a look at all the recipe online on YouTube, there are a zillion of them, and it's not a hard dish to make. There's all kind of different variation. I cook it my own variation. Um, Nothing fancy. Um, you know, Pho is such a common dish. Growing up, I ate it for breakfast. I ate it for lunch. I ate it for dinner. It's a basically a soup, okay, a noodle soup that us Vietnamese grow up. It is as common as pizza, burger, hot dogs, and fries over here because anybody love pho. I'm making pho, PHO. It's a typical Vietnamese noodle soup dish. Um, Hello, Otakudan. Yes, it's a very common dish. If you go to, I I have seen a few Vietnamese restaurant. Not, well, I can't recall ever going to a Vietnamese restaurant and not see this dish. It's impossible. That it's like it's Vietnamese most common dish. But our American friends love it. They can't get enough of it. So when they request me to cook it, I did. I shot a video of what I did earlier this morning. Okay, so it's it take 3 hours to cook, so there's no way I could start the cooking right now. So if you don't mind, hello, Dr. Vanchilla. Let me show you the cooking process. Okay, so you got a good idea of what I did. I shot a quick 5-minute video of some of the steps. If I can figure out how to share, here we go. Okay, so Merry Christmas, Brian Spaceboy.
A part of pho, okay? Or pho, as if you are Vietnamese. Um, for those that doesn't want to go and buy individual spice like this, you can buy something like this in the Asian grocery store. I have seen this in our Vietnamese grocery store as well as Korean grocery store in Sarasota. But in here you have cinnamon star, anise clove, these things right here, basically. But I find that I like more cinnamon, so usually I add at least another stick, okay, in there. And I also cut up a big chunk of ginger. So the ginger and the onion. Usually I use one big onion, but since I don't have a really big onion, I use two smaller ones. But you can use more. It's always good to have more onion to add to the sweetness of the broth. And what we're gonna do now is put a little oil on these and then roast it at 400 degrees for maybe 10 minutes. Okay, I actually pulled this out after 9 minutes because it looked perfect. If you have smell-o-vision right now, you can smell the wonderful aroma of all the spice combined. It smells absolutely like pho, okay? That's wonderful smell. The good thing about buying this bag of spice is they also give you a little cloth bag where you can put all the spice in here and put it in the water, in the soup, so that when you boil it, you don't have to, skim all the little bits of spice later. So what I would do is put everything I can in here except for the ginger and the onion. Those can go in a pot. They're big enough. I can fish them out later, not a big deal. But all the other little bits and pieces will all go into this bag, go into the big pot. Okay. Okay. Time to make the stock. Here's my trick on how much water to put in a pot. I have 6 people. Okay, so it's gonna be 6 bowls of pho. Okay. Now I would like to have at least 1 or 2 bowl extra for later. Maybe I want to eat another bowl of pho tomorrow, or one of the guests want 2 bowl of pho. Okay, so in here, so you have 6 people. The trick is this is a pho bowl, okay, that we have, and this is how much soup I will put in the bowl. Sure, when I'm serving it with all the noodles and other stuff in the bowl, it will be filled to the rim. But for now, that's how much, approximately how much soup I will give for each bowl. So I have 6 people. So to make sure that I have enough for 1 or 2 extra bowl, I make 9. Okay, because that's the 9th bowl of water I put in the pot. This way, if some of the water evaporate through the cooking process, I still have plenty left over. Okay, so here is all the spice in the bag, as well as the ginger. I don't have any carrots laying around, otherwise I would throw in 2 or 3 carrots in here as well. If you have celery, carrot, you name it. You know, when it comes down to cooking pho, I'm not a traditionalist when I have to use exact ingredient. For now, I will turn on the burner. I will add a few things to here. Okay, as far as the meat, I got a whole chicken as well as some brisket. So I will put in here and slow cook it and skim off everything that float to the top to have a nice broth. But for now, I'm not putting in any spice. There is no salt, pepper, or sugar yet. We're a long way from putting in those things. You can always do that later near the end, okay? So let's turn it on. But high, and I will add the meat. Okay, so with a whole chicken in there, as well as a big piece of beef brisket. As you can see, the water is all the way to the top. So I'm gonna cook it and just watch it closely to skim off anything that float to the top, and let it slow cook for the next couple hours. Okay, so this is about 30 minutes later. Okay, since I have the burner on about 2/3, not quite. I didn't want it to boil over because the pot is pretty full. But as you can see, the impurity start to float to the top. So this is what I do. I have one of these little strainer. Just keep doing that, okay? So that you have a nice clear broth. So I will stay here for the next 30 minutes and skim off all the stuff that float to the top. Okay, it has been about an hour since we start boiling, and I'm done skimming. Okay, it's been an hour. Usually after the first hour, sure, there's still some stuff that will come up, but for the most part, as you can see, um, broth looks pretty good. And I have the heat at medium, and you can also see that the water has receded a little bit, right? And it will keep receding. I will cook like this for another hour, and then I will add the fish sauce and the sugar and season it to taste. Okay, so it's been an hour and a half, and you notice the chicken float. That's a sign that it is cooked. Okay, as far as the chicken's concerned, but it's no rush. I'm just gonna leave it there for another hour. What I will do is I will in about half an hour I will try to grab the thigh, and if it's fall apart, then I will just take the chicken out. But it's cooked, it's floating. Okay. Now is when I will add fish sauce or salt and sugar, and the ratio is 2 to 1. So if I was gonna add, say, half a cup of fish sauce, then I would add a quarter cup of sugar, okay, for seasoning. But that's what I will do. And then you can add here and there to taste. But right off the bat with this big pot, the pot is very big. No doubt I will add half a cup of fish sauce and then a quarter cup of sugar in there to start.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, so there you go. I already took out the chicken. I took out the chicken and removed all the skin, and it fell apart. Okay, look at the thigh and look at that. Okay, so it's tender. I will shred the meat into medium-sized pieces, and then that's what So pho, as you know, have many versions. You got phở gà, which is chicken, or and you have all kind of different cut of beef. I'm doing a combo. Okay, I'm doing beef and chicken. I'm fishing out. I cut the brisket into a couple pieces, and here's one. This is half of the brisket. Basically, I cook about pound and a half of brisket. It's smoking hot, so I'm gonna take it out and slice it. Hot roast. There you go, and a beer. Good for you, Dr. Vanchilla. Um, as you see in my recipe, okay, um, I didn't use any bones. I mean, if you watch a lot of YouTube videos, right, people use bones and all kind of stuff in the stock. You don't need to. You throw in a whole chicken, a brisket. Trust me, the flavor is gonna be awesome. Okay, you don't need to do all the other stuff. I don't want to go to the grocery store and find and look for bones. Or I use tongs. This is probably the most useful tool I have in the kitchen. In fact, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Okay, from the mini, okay, the mini to the non-stick to the one I use outside on the grill. Oh, you name it. But these are my favorite though. This metal one I can use. I have 3 of these pairs. Oh, I'm pretty sure you can crack a slab with this, with the sharp edge. You can get in there and crack it, especially the old slab, not the new one. The old slab, absolutely. And also, as you can see here, the bag of spice, I'm taking it out. Okay, I'm letting it drain. It's been cooking for 3.5 hours. There's nothing left in here. Also, the kids, Anthony, he liked the meatballs, the Vietnamese, Asian, Chinese meatball. So this is they're already cooked. Okay, they sell them in the Asian grocery store. This is the brand that we like to use. Okay, hopefully you can see it. It's already cooked, but what I do is I cut it in half, as you can see, and I toss it in here at the end. So I already removed all the onions, all the no, I still have. I think I still have a piece or two of ginger left. Oh yeah, there it is. There you go. Look at that big piece of ginger. Okay, so that can go out too. I have 6 people, 2 men, 2 mom, and 2 kids. I think the girl is 12. So there you go. That's a 6 bowl. I already sliced up, and you can see all the fixing: cilantro, onion. Got the thing of bean sprout ready. I gotta slice up that onion. Um, so yes, they will be here in about 15 minutes. So I'm gonna take my time now to slice up the brisket. It is customary in my family, especially when I was in Boston, to open Christmas gift Christmas Eve. So right now, after we eat this meal, I give the family a call, wish them uh, Merry Christmas. My family have a big early dinner every Christmas Eve, a big one. That's how everyone get together, bring the gift, a lot of cooking, a lot of eating, and then by 6 or 7 o'clock, when everyone is when everyone woke up from their food coma, then it's opening Christmas time for all the kids and adults. So we'll probably do the same thing here. Is I might do a live unboxing of Christmas gift I got from Patrick, John, and Scott. A quick, maybe half an hour live tonight, maybe 9, 10 ish. So I might do that today instead of tomorrow, because it's customary for us to open Christmas gift on Christmas Eve. So the brisket is properly cooled off, as you can see. Time to slice it. Trying to figure out the best way to slice it so that I think I know how to. I just want to cut it against the grain, okay? I cut the brisket pretty thin, as you can see. Okay. I need to sharpen this knife. That's what I need to do. But yeah, looking good. There's enough food here for probably 8 people. Okay, like I said, I cook extra just in case I feel like eating pho again tomorrow for lunch. Scott, hopefully you get the answer before you ask the question. I'm opening gift tonight. Okay, tonight. So it's gonna be probably 9 o'clock ish. I will do an unboxing. Everything is ready. I got my Iron Man apron on in case you guys didn't notice.
I saw you putting on my glove.
Yeah. The one thing I noticed is that it's not well centered. The apron is crooked. The print is crooked. Look at that. It's not perfectly centered. As far as eating pho in restaurant, my favorite cut of beef is always brisket. A lot of people like tendon, the rare steak. I like the rare steak too. I'm not a big fan of tendon. I'm not a big fan of tripe. It's all kind of different cut of beef they put in, but my favorite is thinly sliced brisket. So who else is opening gift tonight beside me? We are in this family. I think I cut enough. I think I cut enough for 6 people. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much meat between the meatball, the chicken. You know, I don't need to cut everything. The chicken is so tender. Okay, this is a piece of chicken thigh right here, as you can see. Look at that, it come right off. There will be some chicken, some meatballs, some brisket. I'm hungry. I can't wait. Hello, Angel Nice. The one other thing I have, which I want to snack on, hello, Paul, is this. It's called a shrimp chip. You deep fry it. This is one of my favorite snacks as a kid. It's like a Vietnamese, it's Chinese, it's Asian chips. Okay, let me show you what it looked like. I bought this at our Vietnamese grocery store yesterday. I go there to buy bean sprout. Okay, when it comes down to bean sprout, they have the freshest bean sprout in town. Okay, so I cut out this bag. Let me show you. It's like right now it looks like a thick piece of potato chip, but it's hard. Okay, you can hear it. Here you go. So let me just fry up this one. Let me show you what happens to this little chip when you drop it. When I drop it in the deep fryer. It will take a few minutes. It's like I said, it's a little bit thicker and harder than the typical potato chips. Okay, but you can see it's quick. It takes 10 seconds in the deep fryer. What I do? As you can see, it's super hot right now, so I'm not going to eat it, but it's yummy. Okay, if you like a hint of shrimp flavor, ooh, hot. I was tempted to put it in my mouth, but it's a little bit hot still. But there you go. That's a shrimp chip. Okay, I don't think some Vietnamese restaurant will have this. Some don't. Brian Spaceboy, yes. One of my favorite thing to do when I was living in Boston is cooking pho or even chicken soup. You know, I cook a lot of hot soup in the winter because it's the best thing when it's so cold outside. Okay, here's a piece. You want to hear? Can you hear the crunch? Mm. I will fry a bunch of this thing because I'm sure the guests will like the crunch of these. These are good. Oh, I can't wait. Let's see. So I will, you know, we don't have any major plan for dinner. We'll probably go out for dinner. Since I did the big cooking here, we have a big lunch. As far as dinner, I'm not sure what we're gonna do for dinner. We don't have any plan. We have more friends coming. We have more friends coming next week. We're gonna have another like a lunch party or dinner party, New Year Eve with some friends coming over. The chicken is so tender it falls apart. All right. If I ever go to Myrtle Beach, I won't go hungry. There are people. Check out this piece of chicken breast. Okay, this just came off the bone right off like that. I already pulled all the skin off the chicken. So well, if anybody should ever come to town to Sarasota to visit for whatever reason, I will take you to some of the good Vietnamese restaurant as well as Korean. Oh my God, we have a good Korean restaurant here in town. Well, it's 11:26. Our friend will be here in about 5 minutes, and I will assemble the plate. I will crank up the soup. Right now, I have it on like simmer with low fire. I will crank it up high. I want the broth to be as hot as possible for the soup. Okay. Keep your eyes on the door, okay, Anthony? In case they knock on the door. Knowing our friend, they usually come here. Let me clean up the floor here. Don't like to make a mess. I will make a small bowl, assemble a small bowl for the girl. Yeah, no. She liked it. She was here before. Okay, so I got some noodle in here. I'll put some chicken. A whole lot of chicken. And of course, a couple of slices of beef brisket. Okay. I will leave the onion, the cilantro, the bean sprout for her to do. Okay, you know, not everyone like all those things. You know how kids are. Anthony, I think he might like the raw onion. I'll give him a couple of slices of raw onion in there. Anthony, you don't want any raw onion? No? You like raw onion in burger? Not in pho? Okay. Okay. So Anthony has started to eat raw onion with his burger. He actually enjoys raw onion, so it's a surprise. Here is the women's bowl, medium size. Same thing. I leave the onion, the cilantro, all the herb. They all can do this themselves. Gotta slice up some lime. normally I don't care for, I don't need fresh lime to do a lot of things, whether I'm making guacamole or whatever it is. But when it comes down to pho, I like to have a nice fresh wedge of lime for the squeeze, okay? There you go. Brian Spaceboy asks, Nick, have you ever did a spotlight on your giant size X-Men #1? The answer is yes. Do a quick search on ETA Nick Space Giant Size X-Men 1. I'm pretty sure I did it. I'm pretty sure I did. It would be criminal. It would be criminal to not do a spotlight on that one. But I'm pretty sure I did. Just look for Giant Size X-Men 1. Because I know I did that. I know I also did one on X-Men 94, but I never loaded. I never load the X-Men 94 because I found it recently on my hard drive on my old computer before I moved, now that I bought the new computer, but I'm pretty sure I load the Giant Size X-Men. So look for it. Just type in Giant Size X-Men 1 ETA Nick, and it should pop up. I think I did it under one of my favorite comic book. Two Beer Quickly Pounded by Dr. Von Schiller. Well, anyhow, the guest will be here soon. You don't need to see me show you any more of this. So thank you for tuning in. If you have nothing else going on, which I'm pretty sure most people will be busy doing things with their family, I will be doing my live unboxing of the Christmas gift I got. You can always watch it tomorrow. But anyhow, that's it. Time for me to get ready for the guests to get here. Merry Christmas, everybody. And a Happy New Year if I don't talk to you. I'm sure you see me at least once or twice. Oh, before I go, quick reminder, Wednesday is a live show with Reaper Tate, Anthony, and Patrick. It will be a big show, no time limits. We can go as long as anybody keep wanting to talk. I already told Reaper, Anthony, he contacted me this morning to confirm that the chat is on this Wednesday. So this Wednesday, a 3-man show, a special year-end show. Okay, so see you Wednesday. Good eating. Bye-bye.